San Francisco mornings have a unique air, crisp and filled with the sound of the bay, the light reflecting off the glass skyscrapers. The city never really sleeps, but it always feels like it's moving at its own pace, with a rhythm that feels both fast and slow. Lena Williams is familiar with this pace, though now, at 73, she's in no rush. She steps out of her Victorian home in the Pacific Heights neighborhood, making her way to her car parked outside. Her favorite Mercedes, a 1999 model in deep burgundy, the car she bought the year she was confirmed to the Supreme Court, is still her constant companion. Her daughter, living in New York, often tells her to slow down, to retire to a quieter life. But Lena knows she's not done with this city and the people in it. She's lived through the civil rights movements, argued some of the most defining cases of the 21st century, and now, retired for a year, she enjoys the walks through the city, her routine of visiting the library or speaking at community events. But today, her routine will be interrupted, and her last peaceful thought will be her last for a while. Lena drives slowly through the city, always keeping her distance from the curbside, wary of the traffic in San Francisco, particularly in the downtown area. At the corner of California Street, near the Golden Gate Park, the flashing red and blue lights appear behind her. Her thoughts immediately turn to her daughter's concerns about driving too much. She pulls over immediately, hands clearly visible on the wheel, just as she has learned through years of experience. She's used to being the one in control, used to making the right moves to avoid conflict.
Officer Daniel Foster, young and eager, approaches her window, his stance rigid. His name tag reads Foster, and he doesn't greet her with anything other than a simple demand: license and registration. Lena, calm, reaches for her glove compartment, moving deliberately but slowly, aware of her age and hip issues. She retrieves the papers with care and hands them over. "Keep your hands where I can see them," Officer Foster snaps. "In course, officer," Lena replies, her voice steady, but with an undertone of confusion. "What's the reason for the stop?" No response. Officer Foster demands that she step out of the car. She attempts to explain her mobility issues, asking for a moment due to her recent hip replacement, but Foster's voice hardens. "Step out of the vehicle now." "Officer," Lena protests, "I'm not resisting." Her voice remains steady, but there's a growing unease in her chest. She reaches slowly for her cane to get out of the car. Foster grabs her arm, jerking it violently. "Leave it," he yells. "Hands on the hood." Lena's cheek presses into the warm metal of her car. Her body aches from the weight of it all. She can barely breathe. Officer Foster pushes her harder, his hands pressing between her shoulder blades. The pain surges through her as her face hits the hot hood of the car. Blood fills her mouth.
A tourist across the street, Elena Sanchez, a journalist for the San Francisco Chronicle, sees it unfold. Something inside her clicks. She starts recording without thinking. The image is clear. A respected former justice, an elderly woman with years of service to the country, slammed into the hood of a car for simply existing in this city. What happens next will shake the city to its core. Officer Foster's body camera, conveniently, was turned off right before the assault. The tourist's video is a damning record. Lena's face is bruised, blood trickling down her lips. Officer Foster realizes something too late. He sees her ID, a Supreme Court justice's ID. His face drains of color. He knows he has made a mistake that will cost him everything. He takes a step back, but it's too late. The damage is done. By the time Lena is at the hospital, the department begins scrambling. A federal investigation looms. The city council holds an emergency meeting. The mayor's office is flooded with calls. The city is about to explode. But there's a bigger story here. Lena Williams was more than just a Supreme Court justice. She was a beacon of justice for everyone. She had spent decades defending rights, fighting for the underrepresented, and now, in her own city, she's the one who needs defending. But she doesn't back down. Lena files a report. She speaks to the media. She doesn't want special treatment. She wants accountability. The police department tries to contain it. They say it was a routine traffic stop gone wrong. Officer Foster had followed the protocol, and Lena had failed to comply. But the evidence, the video footage, the medical reports, and the complaints that soon flood the news, none of it adds up. It's a cover-up at its core. As the investigation continues, Lena's story becomes more than just about one officer. It's about a system that values its own over justice. The public's trust in law enforcement begins to erode. The city is on edge. Then, during a public town hall, the truth starts to come out. People from all walks of life, those who've been silenced, step forward to tell their stories about how they, too, were victimized by the police system. Lena stands at the front, her cane in hand, calling for justice for every citizen in the city, not just those with power. As her voice echoes across the city, the shift begins. Through community solidarity, the pressure mounts and the corrupt system starts to crack open. The officers involved are charged. The city council passes significant reforms. Police oversight is strengthened. The story doesn't end with one man being held accountable. It ends with an entire department rethinking its approach to policing. The culture of impunity starts to shift. Lena Williams is no longer just Supreme Court justice. She's a catalyst for change in a city that never thought it would need to change. She continues to fight for herself and for the people who have been left behind by a system built to protect the powerful.